Ladies and gentlemen, welcome back. This is Christopher Aaron. This is the iGold Advisor channel. It will be April 10th, 2024 by the time that you see this. And we are going to go back and check out what is happening in this gold breakout that is underway. As you know, we've been expecting this for some time. However, you should be careful here over the short run if you're a first-time buyer in the precious metals, because we could be due for a short-term correction here coming in the gold price, and I want to make sure you don't buy all of your gold before you get an opportunity at some slightly cheaper prices. So we will get into that today. This is really going to be a video for new gold investors. Look, this channel started in 2015 when gold was $1,000 per ounce. That's when I was buying. That's when a lot of our subscribers were buying. I have plenty of gold. I have plenty of exposure. If this thing just keeps going higher here from where it is in this breakout, I'm totally fine. I will profit plenty. However, what I'm trying to do here is share for new investors, because there are new people approaching this sector for the first time. Gold has moved quite rapidly over the last few weeks, and you might want to wait for a little pullback here before you put your money to work. So let's take a look at that. Make sure to hit the red subscribe button and the bell icon to be notified when these videos come out here on YouTube. If you guys want to give it a thumbs up, if you find this video useful, I very much appreciate the thumbs up. Thank you for that. Last but not least, make sure to follow our free Twitter feed at iGlobalGold on Twitter, or X as it's now called. Let's go. Disclaimer, one moment. Okay, so what am I talking about? Watch for a pullback here. I can't tell you the exact day that it's going to start, but it's getting close. Here's the chart that we've been looking at. This is physical gold going back to 2019, spot price, I should say. Of course, you know there's always a premium on the bars and the coins. This is the spot price. We were watching this resistance level for the last 4 years. 1, 2, 3, 4, a little tiny fifth attempt, and then what? The breakout right here that we were talking about last month. Very good to see. So you can see the power of a breakout. Now, this period that we are in here, basically from the 2 weeks before the breakout through now, we've added over $350 in 8 weeks to the gold price. So this is starting to move in a nearly vertical type of fashion. I was expecting a strong breakout. Like I said, if it keeps going higher from here, I will be totally fine because I own a lot of gold. I also own a lot of gold miners that we bought all the way back in here. So it's totally fine for me if gold moves higher first. However, if you're a new investor, on a highest probability, you should be careful buying right now, and you should wait for a little pullback. So this nearly vertical type of period that we're in, you can simply see from a chart-based perspective that it's starting to look a little bit like, let's say, a period like this, back from the lows in 2022, where gold went higher for 10 or 12 weeks, almost in a vertical manner. And then what happened? From this level at 1960, gold pulled back over the course of the next 5 weeks, back down to 1805. So there was a $150 pullback. What? Before higher prices happen, okay? There are always going to be pullbacks in any market. Anytime you see yourself succumbing to FOMO, or the fear of missing out, as we would describe it, you need to take a step back and say, why am I feeling that way? Well, was I not paying attention to the market? Let's say, were you not paying attention to the market during the slow period? That's what happens to a lot of people. They're not following the market when it's really slow. They only start to follow it once it's breaking out. I'm cautioning new buyers, new investors in the precious metals market right here. We've moved nearly vertical here for 7 out of the last 8 weeks. Very similar to this period, after which there was a $160 pullback, or very similar to this period, following which there was a $400 pullback. So let's get rid of these so we can see the chart more clearly. We want to be cautious over the short run. If I wanted to say, well, how far could gold pull back from here? Analyzing the charts, I would say, where is the next semblance of support? It's going to be right back here at this swing peak at $2,145 in the spot market. You could see after this peak was broken, it acted as support right here in March. So if this market were to pull back later this week, next week, the following week, we would look for support to once again emerge a little bit higher than last time. Let's say perhaps up to 2175 or 2200. So from 2350 could very easily be a $100 to $150 pullback over the short run. The other thing we want to do is not just look at where are the former swing peaks that are now acting as support, but where is the next rising trend that we have to look at. And so if we simply connect the last major 2 swing lows, these lows right here, we can actually see that as we get into the month of May, early May, this rising trend, blue for primary rising trend, would meet exactly with this support here at 2,145. So my best expectation is that although there may be a little bit further more to go, maybe gold hits 2,400. No one can predict the short-term tops 100% perfectly, but it looks like we're getting close to one here. My best take on the market is that we're setting up for a significant pullback here over the short run. I'm going to be looking for support here at 2145, matching with rising trend support. Anything above 2200 would be quite bullish for gold to find support at. And then I think this wave is not over. I think we're going to find support there, slightly higher than the last support. And I think this market's going to make new highs when we get into the middle part of this year. So you guys need to remember there's a difference between short-term corrections, which I think is what is setting up for someone who was bullish on the precious metals all the way back here when gold was over $1,000 less than it is today per ounce. Yes, I'm singing the bell, sounding the bell of caution a little bit here. You need to be careful if you're first approaching this market now for the first time. Does this mean to sell all of your gold and try to buy it all back here? No, absolutely not. I'm perfectly fine waiting this correction out. If I was already heavily exposed to the gold market, I'm fine waiting this out personally. It's all going to depend on your time horizon and your risk tolerance. Where are you in your life? What sort of funds are you investing? Are you investing the funds that you have set aside, let's say, to put a down payment on your property 3 months from now? If so, you might want to be a little bit careful here. Or are these long-term savings that you're investing that you don't need for the next 5 or 10 years? Then I think you average your way into this pullback that is setting up. We have a higher target for gold. This pullback could happen any day now. We should watch out for it. I want to remind you something here, which is that if we rewind simply back to January of 2023, this is a post that I made on Twitter saying new all-time high is coming in late 2023, early 2024. Guys, look at where gold was trading when I made this prediction in January of 2023. Gold was trading at $1,857 per ounce. We are now $500 higher than this. And look at where I thought gold was going to break out. This is the exact post that I made on Twitter. By the way, you should follow our account for free on Twitter in case you're not already. Because look, at this time, I did not make a video on this. I simply posted it on Twitter for free. Look at where I said gold was expected to break out right here in April of 2024. This is the exact post that I made on Twitter. Go back to the present. Where did we break out? Right here, March of 2024. Okay, that was all the way back here when gold was at $1,850 per ounce. So what I'm trying to express here is that if you're new to the precious metals, you want to be careful over the short run. You want to use a $100 to $150 pullback to your advantage, but not FOMO in with 100% of your capital now at this moment. You want to wait for the pullback. If you're already invested at lower prices with us, then you're sitting pretty. You don't really care if it pulls back a little bit. Maybe you use the pullback to add some new gold miners to your position, to add some new gold and silver in the physical to your position, right? But this is the power of following the markets when they're slow and not just waiting till the markets are hot, which they are right now. If you like the kind of analysis that you're seeing here today, you should know that we go into much more depth for our premium members in Precious Metals Intelligence Plus. If anything changes with this analysis, our premium subscribers are the first to know about it by flash update. Goes right to their email inbox. You're seeing right here about 10% of the analysis that goes out to our premium subscribers. We dial this much more in a lot more depth. We cover not only physical gold every single week, but silver, the mining sector. We answer your questions in video format. This also includes the exact investments that we are making by buy and sell signals when we make those investments, so you're not left guessing what we're doing in the background. You can actually follow along with us. Precious Metals Intelligence Plus, that is the service for you. If you are a higher net worth investor, you have to understand the power of private placements. Our service for higher net worth investors is called Elite Private Placements. I'll be talking more about this next week because we should have a private placement on our hands here within the coming week or so. But the short of it is that private placements get you similar gold and silver mining investments that we make here in the open market in Precious Metals Intelligence Plus, but you get more upside because you receive free warrants with every investment that you make, which gets you nearly twice as much profit when these gold mining companies go higher. If you don't know what I'm talking about, watch last week's video where we talked about how the silver miners leverage the price of silver. We have a silver mining company that is up 100% in the last month. That is nice to see. Remember, you also get a free subscription to PMI Plus if you join us for the Elite Private Placements. Much more on that next week when we have a private placement that will be open. If you are new to the precious metals sector and you're seeing this and you're saying, well, Christopher is calling for a pullback over the short run, but then higher prices after that, and you'd like to sit down and discuss your situation in the precious metals, know that I can assist you from a researched, independent perspective. I do not sell the precious metals. Ultimately, I don't care whether you buy or whether you sell. I just want to make sure you are approaching this market with all the knowledge that you need to make the proper decision. So when you book a consultation, we sit down just like we're talking right now, except I take all the information about you and I share with you exactly what I would do if I was in your situation. So you can reach me on the consultations tab. Once again, we're expecting within the next several weeks a quick and sharp pullback in the gold price, remember, if I'm wrong about that, I'm perfectly fine because I already own a lot of gold that I've been buying over the last number of years, and I already own a lot of gold miners.